Hi friends, today we are going to discuss about what after 10th or 12th, which career to choose. You are going to prepare for a life after 10 or 20 years. So let's have a look into how we are going to live after 10 or 20 years from now. You guys are going to live at least 3 different places. I'm not talking about Bangalore, Delhi or Bombay, or not even US, UK or Australia. You guys are going to live in 3 different planets. Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, Elon Musk, all the big people are betting heavily on space tourism.
Ladies and gentlemen, this here is Sir Richard Branson, astronaut.
Five, 3, 2, 1, release, release, release. Clean release. Ignition. Good rocket motor burn. There's Mach 1, trimming now. "45 seconds. "50 seconds, approaching Mach 3. There's Mach 3. And 60 seconds, and that is a full duration burn, folks. We are headed to space. Main gear touchdown. And we're gonna hold it just like this for a minute before bringing the nose down. Can see they're already celebrating inside there.
So just imagine a world where people of all ages, all backgrounds, from anywhere, of any gender, of any ethnicity, have equal access to space. And they will in turn, I think, inspire us back here on Earth. If you've ever had a dream, now is the time to make it come true.
The next factor is life expectancy. You guys are going to live 120 or 130 for sure. Or maybe you guys will have an eternal life. Technology is working heavily on how to live without a biological body. It's just about uploading your brain into a robot.
Maybe intelligence and consciousness is not something mysterious that can only exist in meat blobs, but actually maybe it's all about information processing. We now know that it only takes 2 gigabytes to store your entire DNA code. It's like a typical movie download. That's no big deal, and it takes about 100 terabytes to store all the information in your brain. So, if it's really the information processing that matters only, well, why do we need to have it done in meat blobs? Ray Kurzweil, for example, would love to upload himself into a robot before his biological body gets too old so he can keep living on. Is this science or science fiction? As a physicist, I'm a blob of quarks and electrons. There's no doubt about that, and there's nothing special about my quarks. They're the same kind of up quarks and down quarks that make up the chair and everything else in here. So it's absolutely possible. Are we going to figure out how to do it in our lifetime?
More interestingly, as you see in science fiction movies, you all going to be a cyborg. In many countries, people are crazy about implementing chips into their bodies, which will help you out saving a lot of time. Suppose if you are going for a shopping, you don't need to carry your wallet. Just show your palm and the amount will be deducted from your account. That is the beauty of the technology.
So congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
You've been shipped.
Yes, I have.
How does it feel?
It feels good. I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do now.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can feel it there. I feel like this is the future. It's the next big thing that's going to happen. Happy cyborg birthday.
Happy cyborg birthday to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
But is this sci-fi fantasy or practicality? I want to know why anyone would want to do this. For this teenager, microchips, it seems, are in her DNA.
Felicia is my daughter and I'm the father.
So you're a microchip family?
We will become one now today.
Magnus and his daughter Felicia have come here together tonight because they believe this is the future.
You're going to have an upgraded dad.
Yeah.
As they say, it was good being a human, but being a cyborg is better. Didn't feel a thing.
It's a quick, simple procedure with potentially huge significance.
So you're officially part machine. How does it feel?
This is awesome. How cool is that? Good job.
Do you think in a few years' time, in a decade perhaps, we'll all have things like this?
Yes, of course. I really do think.
For around £130, anyone can get a tiny microchip like this inserted just beneath the skin in their hands. I can't help feeling a bit squeamish about it, but maybe I'm just behind the times.
All know about SpaceX and Elon Musk, which is working on colonizing Mars and transporting people from Earth to Mars with the help of reusable rockets. There are few companies, they are working on quantum transportation. For that, you need to implement a trans receiver in both points. Suppose if you are sending people from Earth to Mars, you need a transporting device in Earth and receiving device in the Mars, so that you just need to transfer the quantum properties from Earth to Mars. People will be transferred. Sounds like a fiction movie, but this is going to happen. We will travel at the light of speed. I can travel in an email. My quantum properties will be sent to Mars and I will be reproduced over there. That is we call quantum transportation.
On the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa.
We do the experiments here on the Canary Islands because you have 2 observatories, and after all it's a nice environment.
Anton Zeilinger is a long way from teleporting himself or any other human. But he is trying to use quantum entanglement to teleport tiny individual particles, in this case photons, particles of light. He starts by generating a pair of entangled photons in a lab on the island of La Palma. One entangled photon stays on La Palma, while the other is sent by laser to the island of Tenerife, 89 miles away. Now Zeilinger brings in a third photon, the one he wants to teleport, and has it interact with the entangled photon on La Palma. The team studies the interaction, comparing the quantum states of the 2 particles. And here's the amazing part. Because of spooky action, the team's able to use that comparison to transform the entangled photon on the distant island into an identical copy of that third photon. It's as if the third photon has teleported across the sea without traversing the space between the islands.
Sort of extract the information carried by the original and make a new original there.
Using this technique, Zeilinger has successfully teleported dozens of particles. But could this go even further? Since we're made of particles, could this process make human teleportation possible one day?
Welcome to New York City.
Let's say I want to get to Paris for a quick lunch. Well, in theory, entanglement might someday make that possible. Here's what I'd need. A chamber of particles here in New York that's entangled with another chamber of particles in Paris.
Right this way, Mr. Green.
I would step into a pod that acts sort of like a scanner or a fax machine. While the device scans the huge number of particles in my body, more particles than there are stars in the observable universe, it's jointly scanning the particles in the other chamber, and it creates a list that compares the quantum state of the 2 sets of particles. And here's where entanglement comes in. Because of spooky action at a distance, that list also reveals how the original state of my particles is related to the state of the particles in Paris. Next, The operator sends that list to Paris. There, they use the data to reconstruct the exact quantum state of every single one of my particles. And a new me materializes. It's not that the particles traveled from New York to Paris. It's that entanglement allows my quantum state to be extracted in New York and reconstituted in Paris, down to the last particle.
Bonjour, Monsieur Green.
Hi there. So, here I am in Paris, an exact replica of myself.
The other important development happening in genetic engineering. The future is all about designer babies, mutant army men. We already have an option to choose designer pets. It's already available in the market. Future, I think you can have patented babies. Your baby will be who knows?
In a chilling op-ed, the US Intel chief has warned that China could be breeding genetically modified soldiers. You heard that right. The Chinese regime could be creating mutant soldiers. This possibility has been raised by John Ratcliffe, a former Republican congressman and the director of national intelligence under the Trump administration. Ratcliffe has released an exhaustive report labeling China as the biggest threat to democracy and freedom since the Second World War. He says Beijing is bent on global domination and is giving increasing importance to biotechnology in its military strategy in order to achieve its ambitions. He has warned that Chinese authorities have been conducting human tests on members of the People's Liberation Army in the hopes of developing soldiers with biologically enhanced capabilities. Capabilities like lifting huge weights, infrared night vision, and running at high speeds over extreme distances.
I shared these new technologies or information with you to find out your interest. So what to do after your 10th or 12th? Find out your passion and make your passion into a profession. But at this very young age, without any experience, it will be very difficult to find out your passion. If any of these topics makes you excited or if you feel interest in it, then that will be your field. You can find out more information, you can learn more skills, develop your skills and make that particular interest into your career or profession. It's not about astrophysics, genetical engineering or artificial intelligence. There are many fields. Find out the interest. You may have interest in photography, you may have interest in traveling, you may have interest in cooking. Sanjeev Kapoor, his brand values I think more than 1000 crores. Maybe a comedian like Kapil Sharma. So you find out your interest and make it as a pure profession. Figure out what you want to do with your life. Your life is not about you. Rather, the lives of others you are going to touch. So one thing, never pressurize your parents. Never compare yourself with your friend. Your friend opted for a foreign country for a higher studies. The other friend is going to quota for IIT or NEET training. But you are not financially sound, your parents can't afford that. Don't pressurize your parents. Be your own place of patience. The things you need will come to you. Gather maximum information and find out is there any scholarship, then prepare for it. You are living in a world which full of opportunity. If you are having any financial situation, there are many ways you can solve that. Find out ways in which you can make some money and continue your studies. If you are good in academics, you can give tuition or you can start client servicing. If you don't have any skill, join any short courses in Udemy, Skillshare or from YouTube, learn small skills and give client servicing like graphic designer, video editing. And in your free time, you can monetize your skills, learn and earn. Number one thing, keep acquiring skills to learn, unlearn and relearn. I would like to share one more idea. If you are interested in photography and you know person who already a successful photographer, try to get an internship with him. You can learn a lot from a person who are successful in that field without spending anything. Suppose you are an athlete and preparing for 2024 Paris Olympics, you have to prepare for next 3 years, or you are preparing to climb the Mount Everest. The time you are going to spend on the top will be in minutes, but the preparation may continue for next 2 or 3 years. So always remember to enjoy the process and give your best and forget the result. It's all about the journey. Choose any field, any stream, enjoy the process, give your best, forget the result. If you have any doubt, need any help, please comment. Thanks for watching. Bye.